with Genesis 39, we have Asiri as a footnote for verse 20, and we have Sheshi over there in the margin. And Yusuf was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And God as a noun and verb was with Yusuf, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. Well, worldly prosperity and God being with you are not the same thing, but here they overlap. And his master saw that God as a noun and verb was with him, and that God as a noun and verb made all that he did to prosper in his lands. And Yusuf found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that God as noun and verb blessed the Egyptian's house for Yusuf's sake, and the blessing of God as a noun and verb was upon all that he had in the house and in the field, and he left all that he had in Yusuf's hand, and he knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. And Yusuf was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Yusuf, and she said, Lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master knoweth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me, but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Because primarily, if one's doing wrong, you're doing something against God, whether or not the people agree with it, or whether you've reasoned it out as something right. And it came to pass, as she spake to Yusuf day by day, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Yusuf went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand, and fled, and got him out. And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand, and he was fled forth. Nowadays, I don't even think you can fire somebody for getting with your wife or husband in that case, or if it's the other way around or something. But not the other way around. But you know what I mean. The woman's the boss or something. That she called unto the men of her house, and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought in Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me, and fled, and got him out. And she laid up his garment by her until his lord came home. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant, which thou hast brought unto us, came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me, and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Yusuf's master, Adni, leader of that community, took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound. And he was there in the prison. But God as noun and verb was with Yusuf, and shewed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Yusuf's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because God as noun and verb was with him. And that which he did, God as noun and verb made it to prosper. And looks like we're going to be able to read the whole thing here. Yusuf hurd Matsrimah Wiknahu Puthipur Surim Prah Shur Heth Bachim Aish Matsri Mead Hish Ma Alim Asher Hurdhu Shemah Wihi Yahweh at Yusuf Wihi Aish Matzlich Wihi Bait Adnu Hemtsri Wibra Adnu Ki Yahweh Atu Wakal Asher Huwa Asha Yahweh Matzlich Bitu Wimtsa Yusuf Chen Bayan Yu Wishrat Atu Weep Qadhu Al Bitu Wakal Ishlu Natan Bidu Wihi Maz Hap Qid Atu Bitu Wal Kul Asher Ishlu Wibrak Yahweh at Beit Hemtsri Beglel Yusuf Wihi Berkt Yahweh Bakal Asher Ishlu Bebeit Web Shada We Azab Kul Asher Lu Bid Yusuf Wala Yada Atu Maumah Ki Am Hulchum Asher Huwa Aukul Wihi Yusuf Yapa Tar Wipa Marah Wihi Acher Hedbrim Halah Witcha Asht at New at Ayniyah Al Yusuf Wat Amr Shekbah Ami Wiman We Amr Al Asht at New Hen at Ni La Yada at T Mah Bebait Wakal Asher Yish Lu Natan Bidi Inu Gadul Bebait Hazah Memni Wallah Tashuk Memni Maumah Ki Autak Bashir at Ashtu Wake Asha Her Hagdullah Hazat which Thati Lalhim Wihi Badbara Al Yusuf Yum Wallah Shema Al Yah Lashkub Atzlah Lahyut Amah Wihi Kahyum Hazah Wiba Habita Lashut Malaktu Wain Aish Munshi Habit Shum Babit Wat Tipshahu Bemgadu Lemmer Shekba Ami We Azab Bagdu Bida Winam Witza Hetchutza Wihi Krauta Ki Azab Bagdu Bida Winam Hetchutza Watkra Lanshi Bita Wat Amr Laham Lamar Rao Habya Labu Aish Abri Let's Chuck Banu Ba Ali Leshkub Ami Wakra Bakul Gadul Wihi Kashmau Ki Haribati Kuli Wakra We Azab Bagdu Atzli Winam Witza Hatchutza Wetna Bagdu Atzla Ad Bwa Admu Al Bitu Wat Deber Al U Kadbrim Halah Lemmer Ba Ali Habad Habri Asher Habat Lnu Let's Chuk Be Wihi Kahrimi Kuli Wakra We Azab Bagdu Atzli Winam Hetchutza Wihi Kashma Atmu At Debris Ashtu Asher Debrah Aliu Lammer Kedbrim Halah Asha Li Abduk Witcher Apu Wikach Adni Yusuf Atu Witan Ho Al Bait Hashar Makum Asher Asuri, Hamluk, Asurim, Wihi, Shum, Babait, Hesher, Wihi, Yahweh, At Yusuf, Weeth, Aliu, Chesed, Wheaton, Hanu, Bayani, Shur, Bait, Hesher, Wheaton, Shur, Bait. Hesser, Bede, Yusuf at Ko, Hasirim, Asher, Bebait, Hasher, Wat, Kol, Asher, Ashim, Shemwa, Hyah, Asha, In Shur, Bait, Hasher, Rah, at Kul, Maumah, Bidu, Basher, Yahweh, Atu, Washer, Huwa, Asha, Yahweh, Mutzlich, and couple. Fulch is to advance, to break out mightily, be profitable, prosperous, and